All right, hello. If you do not have headphones, I'm going to recommend that you take out headphones for the purposes of watching the video and completing the notes. Today's notes are going to be going over coordinate plane. We're transitioning from working on transformations, the varying transformations that we talked about, reflection, rotation, translation, and dilation. We'll get to that soon. But I think a good topic that we need to make sure that we shore up is on the coordinate plane and the ability to graph ordered pairs on the coordinate plane. Okay, so this is nothing new. You should have learned this Math 6, Math 7, but really to kind of revisit it and just make sure that we all understand this. All right, let's go to the first thing. So coordinate plane. The coordinate plane is a set of number lines I'm gonna put comma, and we have two number lines here. We have the horizontal number line, and then in parentheses I'm going to put that this is the, hopefully this sounds familiar, looks familiar, is the x-axis, and our vertical number line for the y-axis. We'll put y-axis here. All right, before we get to everything else in our notes, we can see that here as well, right? We've got x-axis is our horizontal number line, and then our y-axis as well. Okay, so it's just using two number lines. I think we're more familiar probably with the horizontal number line, but it's like we're joining these two things. So let's get to the next thing, which are locations on the coordinate plane. And those are ordered pairs. So an ordered pair is a set of elements and then it looks like this. In parentheses we have x comma y, where each ordered pair is a location on the plane. All right. And I'm going to give us a bunch of examples. Before I get to that, though, how to graph, right? So we're given a value for x and y. We're not going to have variables typically. We'll have, right, numerical values, numbers. X, the value for x right here, this moves left and right. Oops. And the y value moves up and down. Okay. Now it's moving from a specific place, so underneath we're going to say from the, and a vocab term that it didn't include is the origin. And hopefully remember, right, the origin is the direction, the address on the coordinate plane that represents 0, 0, and 0, 0 is right here. This is our starting point within this plane. Something I also need to mention is left and right for the x-axis, right? It's going to move left. If that first number is negative, it'll move left. If it's positive, it'll move right. And the same thing here, right? But up is going to be a positive direction, and down will be a negative direction. Okay, I'm going to write a series of ordered pairs. Before I do that, though, let's talk about these things that are labeled on the coordinate plane, which are quadrants. So quadrants, we have quad, which represents 4. So these are 4 different regions within the coordinate plane. We'll talk about that a little bit later, but as you can see, we have, right, 1 on the top right. We have it written in numerals, Roman numerals. Number 2 on the top left. We're going this counterclockwise direction for 3 and 4. So it's really going like that in that order. It kind of looks like a C, but it's counterclockwise. Okay, so let's just write a series of ordered pairs. Let's go with 4, comma 8. I'm just going to write some random points. -2, comma 6. -7, comma 0. And then let's do 4 for now. Let's do -1, comma -3. All right, first one, 0, 4. Now, like I said, I want you to understand that for x and y, we move left and right, and then for the y, we move up and down. So sometimes it helps me to draw this. For the x, I'm going to draw a horizontal number line, so I know I'm moving either left or right for that first number. And then I'm moving either up and down for that second number. So if we look at the 4 that's right here, this is either left or right. Now, we've worked with number lines as you have in the past, right? If I'm trying to graph +4, right, is that a left direction or a right direction? That's going to be positive. So that's going to go to the right from the origin right here. And then +8, we're going to go, is that up or down? Since it's positive, that's an upward direction. Negative would be a downward direction. So I'm going to move right 4 and then up 8 from the origin here. Okay, so let's count. We'll go 1, 2, 3, 4. Then we're going to go up 8. Now I think a lot of students try to look at like where 8 is on the y-axis, and you can do that and see where these 2 points intersect, but I'm just going to kind of count. Let's go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 right there. You know what? Let me get rid of these directions because we're going to have a lot more points. All right, but it is right here. All right, where 4 is on the x-axis and +8 is on the y-axis. That's essentially what we're finding there. And we can label that point. You know what? Let's just label this point A. Okay, next one, we'll label this point B. -2, +6. So -2, it's either left or right. So since it's negative, this will go left. And we talked about this when we're working with integer operations, right, using the number line to compute integers. For 6, this is either up or down. Since it's positive, we're going to go up. So like I said, from the origin, -2 will go left 2. And then +6 will go up 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It should be right here. Okay, but let's just draw that in. We'll label that B. All right, next one. -7, 0. So -7, just like the last one, it was negative, so that means it's going to go left. 0. Now, since 0 is neither positive nor negative, this means we're not moving up or down. That means it's just staying there. So from the origin, we're just going to move 7 to the left, and that's it. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 to the left, right here. We're going to label this C. Now, as you can see with the other points, right, A is in quadrant 1, B is in quadrant 2. C, right, if I were to ask you what quadrant it's in no quadrant. It's not in 2, it's not in 3, which is directly below it. We would just say the location is the x-axis. It's kind of on that, border between those two regions. All right, and let's go with our last one here, and then we'll give some more examples, and then we'll call it. Okay, -1, -3. So this is 1 to the left, and it's either up or down. So I'm gonna draw a vertical line. -3, is that up? Is that down? That is down. So -1, -3. This will be 1 left, and then 3 down. 1, 2, 3. So right over here. And this is D. Okay, and this is within the third quadrant. Okay. Let's do 4 more, and these 4 more we're going to go a little bit faster. Let's go with 4, -9, 0, plus 3, positive 3. Let's go negative 10, negative 8, and one more. Let's do 8 comma 1. Okay. All right, and let's also label our letters here so we can label them, and when we're looking back at our notes, we can see, you know, what is where. All right, here we go. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H. Now going to E. So, right, left or right for the 4, it's gonna go right, since it's positive, and negative 9 will go down, since it's negative. So we're gonna go 4 right, and 9 down. So 4 right, 9 down, as I can see right here, right, that's where I'm reaching a height, or this depth of negative 9. Okay. Looks like it should be somewhere right there. Most likely when we graph items, we'll have a grid instead of just two just number lines, but we're gonna try to do the best to estimate here. All right, next one, 0, 0. We're not moving at all left and right, but the 3, since it's second and is positive, we're gonna go up 3. So 0, 3 is from the origin, 1, 2, 3. We'll put a point there. That is gonna be F. Okay, let's keep going. Negative 10, negative 8. Negative 10 means I go left, and negative 8 means I go down. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then I go 8 down. That's a lot. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm just doing my best to kind of look at the y-axis here. Just see if I'm reaching that height. So this was down 5, 6, 7, 8. Somewhere right here. Let's get rid of these markings. This is just more to show you like what I'm kind of processing, more visual. All right. And last one, 8, 1. So 8 is positive, we'll go right. 1 is also positive, we're gonna go up. So we're gonna go 8 to the right. And then 1 up, it should be right here in quadrant 1. And that is H. Now this is something normally I would probably just have you try to identify and see the different properties of each one. But for this, we're going to just explicitly write. So in quadrant 1, so we have A and H. And I just want you to notice, you don't have to highlight what I'm about to highlight, but we have A and H. Okay. And really the question is what do you notice that's, you know, in common between these 2 points? We have 4, 8 for A and 8, 1 for H. They have some commonality there, and the commonality is that they're both positive, right? The X value is positive, comma, the Y value is also positive. Okay. Let's go with a different color here. Let's go with I only have 1 point in quadrant 2, but I'll use that 1 point. That is B. All right. This point is where the first value, the X value, is negative, comma, the right value. We have a positive 6 here. The right value, the second value, the Y value is also positive. So negative, positive. And then for the next one, let's go with green. I see that we have two points here, D and G. So D and G. What do I notice that's common between there? Ask yourself this question, pause the video, but this is where both values, X and Y, are negative. And last one is the last iteration of 2 elements. Let's go with purple. I only see E that's in quadrant 4, but what's so special about E? Regarding its signs and sequence of signs. This is where the first value is positive and the second value is negative. So even if you're not sure how to graph, just by using these rules, you can tell in what region, what quadrant those points should be. That's going to be it for this video. If you have any questions, make sure you let me know, email me. But let's go and move on to our practice on